Hello, this is Mrs. Martinez. Today I'm going to walk you through a lesson on variables and expressions. The objective of the lesson is going to be to evaluate simple algebraic expressions. There will be three main vocabulary words that we focus on. The first vocabulary word will be variables. You can use a placeholder or a variable in an expression. The next word would be expression. When an expression contains a variable, it's called an algebraic expression. And the expression 7 plus n can be evaluated by substituting a number for the variable. So the variable is the letter n, and evaluate is just a fancy word for saying solve. Lastly, we'll be talking about coefficients. A coefficient is a number in front of a variable. The number and variable are connected through multiplication. The coefficient 5n can be evaluated by multiplying 5 and n. And once again, evaluate is just a fancy word for saying solve. And a coefficient is just a number and a letter that are connected through multiplication. Next, we'll talk about the steps to solve these types of problems. To evaluate expressions, you'll start with simply writing the expression. Next, you'll replace the variable with the number provided for substitution. And last, solve. Our first example is asking us to evaluate the expression 7 plus n if n equals 3. So we'll simply substitute 3 in the problem anywhere we see the letter n. We rewrite the expression 7 plus n, replace the n with 3, and now you can see it's simply just a simple addition problem, 7 plus 3, and our answer is 10. Our next example is a little bit more complex. We're evaluating a coefficient, 5x, and we're adding 4 to that, and x is going to be equal to 2. So we're going to substitute 2 in anywhere we see x. We'll start our steps here. Simply write the expression, 5x plus 4. We will substitute the 2 in for x, and remember, coefficients are connected through multiplication, so that would be 5 times 2 plus 4. And I've illustrated that here, 5 times 2 plus 4. And what we know about order of operations, we would multiply first and then add. So 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4, and our answer is 14. Now let's take a minute so you can check your progress. I'd like you to try and evaluate 4x plus 2 if x equals 6. So you start with writing the expression. I've listed the steps out on the side. Consider the coefficient first. Replace your variable x with the number 6. And then the third step, multiply and add, and lastly solve. Let's check your work. As you're substituting 6 in for x, you know that they're connected again through multiplication. So 4 times 6 is 24. Add 2, and you should get to the answer 26. For additional help, I recommend you go to glencoe.com website. The login, the quick pass code is MC0466 little c and 1. Select Concepts in Motion, and then select Interactive Labs, Modeling Algebraic Expressions. This interactive lab will be very beneficial. So thank you for joining me today in this quick mini lesson on variables and expressions.